Alright folks, welcome back to your daily silver video. We have a very interesting article that was posted today, fresh off the press, from someone that recently interviewed Chris Marcus. Now the article's titled, China's Insatiable Silver Appetite, but they go into a lot more than just that, including geopolitics, economics. They even go into what a silver miner's perspective is on the supply deficit, which I'll actually be interviewing the CEO of a silver mining company in 2 days, so I will also have a lot of questions to pick his brain as well. But anyway, some other news I wanted to also share. This came out today as well, July 29th. JP Morgan expects silver prices to average $36 an ounce in 2025. So what do you think about that? What are your thoughts on silver in 2025? Do you think it'll be higher, lower? Let me know in the comment section below. Silver is extremely cheap right now. Last I checked was $27.90. So take advantage of these prices. And if you wanted to, Miles Franklin is the best. We have 90% half dollars, $2.50 over spot. The Trump bars, the Fight for America bars, which is the picture of that iconic picture of him holding his hand in the air right after he got shot in the head, the blood on his face. They're a 1 ounce bar with that picture on them. If you guys remember the Trump mugshot bars back when that happened, the situation, those sold out extremely fast. Now those bars are selling for $70+ online because of just the bar itself, how iconic it is. I'm sure these will do the same. So it's only $6 over spot right now, which that's how much the mugshot bars were too. But I guarantee in 3, 4, 5, 6 months, those bars will be a lot higher than just $6 over spot. So take advantage, even if you want to flip these things. Slayer@milesfranklin.com or call me 330-485-6172. Enough about that though. Let's talk about silver. Today, commentary on China's insatiable silver appetite. Premium, BOA, says oil is about to break out. Now remember, there's a heavy correlation between oil and silver. Equity recap, U.S. equities rallied on Friday after the Fed's preferred inflation measure eased slightly from a year ago in June, raising the prospect of a rate cut in September. Premium markets, exclusive, China and the LATAM Silver Part 1. Bottom line, China is effectively laying claim to LATAM silver before it is refined and crowding out Western buyers by paying higher prices for ore without directly affecting spot price, which is a very clever thing to do. July 29th, and this is a tweet, the market data on the Shanghai CN Customs data in June, 110 tons of silver ingots and a whole bunch, like 125,000 tons of silver concentrate, which is 1,400 tons of refined silver were imported, a big increase compared to May. China and India both are buying so much silver, it's honestly unfathomable. Like, India bought more silver the first 4 months of this year than the entirety of last year. Anyways, this guy mentions that he recently had an interview had a conversation with Chris Marcus with the LATAM mining executive discussing silver supply chain dynamics from a miner's perspective. During that conversation, unexpected but important corroboration was given regarding China's actions in LATAM. The final result is a 2-part post which pieces together the LATAM/China connection. Here's some of the contents. Number 1, bottom line. Supply, demand, economics. Number 2, background. China wants silver. Number 3, China's trade negotiation style. Number 4, Trinidad and Tobago, from oil to infrastructure. Number 5, Argentina, yuan for dollars. And then number 6, part 2 overview. They'll post specifics about the conversation. So here is the actual interview. We'll check that out in a second. But they also mentioned that BOA says oil's about to break out. Oil has been trading in a narrow range or a triangle pattern for over a year. A triangle pattern is technically synonymous with a compressed coil or spring. When it becomes too tight and what's holding it lets go, a sharp and sudden breakout trend occurs, which we estimate to be October, August of 2024, which, of course, there's a lot of other things happening around that time. So, markets are definitely hot right now. Very, very volatile. So anyways, we also have some market news. Donald Trump wants to be the virtual currency president, which is a whole other type of video we could talk about. He did speak at the Bitcoin conference. I think the only way we could get any type of stability back to a financial system would be going the digital route. I mean, we already basically are. Go to the store. Nobody uses cash anymore. It's all swipe of a card. Everything is digital now, which makes sense if you think about a sci-fi movie in the future. Their money is not going to be dollars, cash, right? It's going to be digital. And it makes sense, especially given that if we're going the crypto route, is decentralized, which could be a problem for a government figure since government obviously wants to have control. Crypto is decentralized, meaning there's no central bank, right? There's no Federal Reserve. There's no bank of Bitcoin. It's the exact opposite. It's decentralized, meaning everyone, if something was to change on the blockchain, they have to vote. It's exactly the opposite of a central bank. Literally the opposite. Everything is published publicly on the blockchain. That's why JP Morgan got caught buying millions of dollars in Bitcoin after calling it a scam, shooting the price down thousands of dollars. Then they bought a whole bunch of it after they did that. Of course, manipulating the market to, spreading fear, uncertainty, doubt, took advantage of the price dip because the blockchain stores everything publicly. It also, there has benefits. There's also a lot of speculation on, well, they're going to try to control it, yada yada. But let's go into this. So the Republican presidential candidate was the keynote speaker Saturday at the Bitcoin conference in Nashville, where he courted about 20,000 diehard Bitcoin believers and industry executives. If elected president, Trump said he intends to create a strategic national Bitcoin stockpile where the government would keep the tokens it holds or requires. The virtual currency industry has long hoped that U.S. would establish a Bitcoin reserve comparable to its gold reserve to lend legitimacy to the virtual currency and stabilize its price. The only thing about that is it's virtual, like the gold standard, or if we were talking about a crypto that was backed by physical gold and silver or some type of commodity to that extent, it would make a little more sense. But also, a lot of people don't know this. I've been in Bitcoin since 2015. Like, I was on this channel telling people to buy Bitcoin when it was $600. Like, no exaggeration. There's videos of me on Coinbase, which I was teaching people how to safely buy Bitcoin and how to safely store Bitcoin, not on a hot wallet. I used to teach people how to store it on a cold wallet offline so no one can hack your coins. But back on those videos when I was on Coinbase, you could see Bitcoin's price was like $600. Now it's $70,000 as of today. The whole point is, though, that I'm very familiar with Bitcoin and have been way before most people. There's only 21 million Bitcoin that will ever be created. There's only 21 million. Think about how small of a number that is for a global coin. There's no Bitcoin of China, Bitcoin of USA. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. There's only 21 million. Ethereum, there's like trillions and hundreds of billions and all this other, but Bitcoin's only 21 million. 19 million have already been mined. So there's only 2 million left to be found. And after that, there's no more. It's like a silver shortage. Like, once the silver's gone, it's gone. So when all 21 million are mined, mining difficulty does get harder, so it does start to expand out. But once they're all gone, whoever holds them can set the price. And if it's still seen as a value, especially if Trump's about to push this as an actual type of value, then Bitcoin could skyrocket through the roof. Not only off speculation, just from the actual supply-demand dynamics of it as well. Ethereum, you can't really do that. There's hundreds of billions of Ethereum, but Bitcoin only 21 million and only 2 million left. An interesting thing a lot of people don't know. But anyways, let's go into the exclusive China and LATM Silver Part 1. Gold Fix's Vince Lanchi and Arcadia Economics' Chris Marcus recently had a conversation with LATAM mining executive discussing silver's supply chain dynamics from a miner's perspective. During that conversation, unexpected but important corroboration was given regarding China's side of that supply chain. The final result is a two-part post which pieces together China's connection. Let's go into this. Oh, it's for paid subscribers. Okay. Well, bottom line is supply and demand economics. You see the price. Let's look at this chart. So not much supply, now supply shooting and demand's dropping. So tables are getting turned, and I think we're going to start to see an interesting shift of power from silver detaching itself from gold, because right now silver is heavily correlated with gold, but they're used for two completely different things, and it's stuff like this that separates silver from gold. Why I say that silver will take on a life of its own. Why my name is Silver Slayer and not Gold Guy, because silver is extremely scarce and extremely useful. The demand will be skyrocketing, but you can see this graph is interesting because it shows demand dropping with supply rising, where it's the opposite, right? This is the opposite. It's demand rising and supply dropping. So I'm actually curious on why that chart shows this. Shows quantity. Okay, so let's look. According to mainland China sources, China's buying unrefined silver to concentrate from the refiners, something infrequently done except briefly during times of acute supply-demand imbalances. From LATM mining sources, China is paying refined prices for unrefined silver concentrate, spending as much as $200 or more a ton for each load of material. Okay, so there's something more than this. At first, when I saw this chart, I don't know why I was looking at it backwards, but yeah, so that is interesting. That's very interesting. I am not going to pay to check out this post, but I'm curious what your thoughts on that are. I will be asking the same questions to the CEO of a silver mining company, from a silver miner, one of the biggest actually in Canada. So that's going to be interesting to pick his brain, because I am curious, right? I mean, we have someone like Andy that's running one of the biggest precious metals businesses, but now to be able to talk to someone that actually digs it out of the ground, that's a whole other side of the story, right? That's a whole other situation. So I'm very curious on his thoughts. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I know this video wasn't too much, but I feel like the information was still important to throw a video out. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys wanted to join the Secret Silver Society, which is a secret group for silver stackers, where every member gets a chance to win silver at the end of every month. Every member does. If you're a basic member, you get one raffle ticket. It's a silver raffle. Two elite members, you get two raffle tickets. We also have the members only discussion board, which is a lot of fun. Come join in, say what's up. We're all in there hanging out, talking about silver, posting links to videos, posting pictures of our stack. There's so much that's going on over there, so you guys can go join patreon.com/silverslayer. I'll post the link in the description of the pinned comment. And my mom's surgery was this morning. It was successful. She's in a lot of pain, but she's doing great. But she'll be able to work for over a month. So if you guys wanted to donate, I will post her GoFundMe in the description as well. I appreciate you all so much that already have, or even just throwing out your best wishes or your prayers. That means a lot as well. You don't have to donate, but I'm trying to help her out, as much as I can, and I know that really does take a lot of stress off of her. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here, folks. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.